Okay, I just needed to make sure everything was okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Under the Lights Racing League Next Gen Series. This is your voice for the action tonight, INF, and tonight it is race number 2 of the Cup Series season here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Cash Grab 250. Glad to have you with us here tonight as 4 drivers have a chance to win a $25 Xbox gift card. Highest finisher amongst those gets it. And, well, yeah, it's an exciting night for racing here at the, well, I guess I should say virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's a pretty stacked field here tonight. Bunch of people looking to score big after the Daytona 5 or Daytona 250 that was last week. We have 21 drivers lined up for the grid, so we'll go ahead and get that to you really quickly. Waste no time about it. Starting off on the pole, the number 1 of UTLR Storm, followed by on the outside, the second position, number 19 of the High Road. In third, in the 12 of Drake, followed by the 17 of Tomato. Row 3 in the 5th position, the 18 of Flash Champs, followed by the 6 of Ardeni. And then in row 4, we have the 8 of Kinney and the 5 of Comical Sphinx. In row number 5, we have the 24 of Mole in the Hole and the 48 of Hack. In row number 6, we have the 20 of King Lodbrook and the 3 of Brad Ranger. In row 7, we have the 77 of Ducky and the 9 of Irate Pluto. Followed by, in row 8, we have the 47 of Some Wild Guy and our Project 27 driver of Dude Chef tonight. Followed by, in the 9th row, we have the 99 of Crimson Sniper and the 42 of SP. In row 10, we have the 43 of LRS and the 21 of Dr. Clater. And rounding out the field in the 21st position, driving the number 44, is UTLR One Bad. So going into tonight's race, it is Tomato, LRS, SP, and Hack, the top 4 highest finishing full-time drivers from the 500, up for the $25 tonight. So make sure to keep an eye on those guys as the race goes on. It is a 250 lap race with it being 162 laps around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It'll be on 3 times wear with normal draft, stages on with I believe relaxed cautions and black flags. And yeah, well, that's really the rundown here for the race. According to some notes I've been given to from Storm and SP, thank you both. The sources are saying that it's going to primarily be a bottom feeding track. Not a lot of people are going to be wanting or working on that any outside lane at, well, really any point. Everyone's going to be just running the bottom, and if you're going to be able to make a pass here, you're going to have to either just knock some dude out of the way or just hope they make a mistake, because, well, that's really the only way you're getting by here. Obviously, this track is a little bit glitched, if you have not known already, in the next-gen car, where 5th gear doesn't exactly work how it should, and, well, idealistically, you can't really run the 5th gear. If you do, then you'll probably run like 20 to 30 miles per hour slower than the rest of the field. Although that does bring up a good point, and I'll touch up on that in a second. But yeah, for the majority of this race, you'll probably be seeing in the 4th gear, just trailing down the bottom. Now, touching back up with the 5th gear thing, strategy is going to be a very important part of this race, considering Atlanta being the highest tire wearing track in the game. And with it being on 3 times, where drivers are going to have to be making a lot more pit stops than what they would probably like to. But one thing that can help with that is 5th gear. Because of you running 5th gear, it does put your car like 20 to 30 miles per hour slower, which does allow for an insane amount of fuel saving. So if you are in I can say this from personal experience. So we were 2 laps to go and in an Atlanta race in next gen car, and I was like 4 laps short on fuel, or probably like 3 laps to go, and I was 4 laps short on fuel or whatever, something more reasonable. And I was able to save 4 laps in 4 laps of fuel in 3 laps. It's very doable, and you don't even really have to coast. You just flip it into 5th gear, and bam. You can just run it flat out. Obviously, you'll be a lot slower than everyone else, but you're not going to be like, insanely off the pace. You'd rather at least be able to make it to your pit stop. We do, just as to touch up earlier from the driver lineup, we do want to wish a very warm welcome to our second ever Project 27 driver of Dude Chef. He's a good friend of mine, so I'm glad to see him giving this a shot. We're hoping that he performs well, and a very nice welcome to the league for Mr. Dude Chef. We did have a few news go over our Twitter and other social media pages. I only really have Twitter, so I can't really tell you much else. So the truck series, this is just for news in general for UTLR going forward. The trucks were off this week, but next week they are returning, or they are going to be racing at the Homestead Miami Roval. Yes, you did hear that right. The Homestead Miami Roval. This is our second time in a row we're going to be hitting that track for the Truck Series. LRS was able to take home the inaugural win last season over myself. And yeah, it's a very interesting race and a lot of fun, so you should make sure to tune into that. As far as our Cup or Xfinity Series go, it was a pretty interesting race last week. Suspect Camo was able to get the win. If you had not seen that already, I believe it will be tomorrow that our Xfinity drivers will head into Auto Club for the second race of the season. That is going to be a thriller. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be a exciting one. And yeah, just a reminder from last week, Tomato was our season open, or won the season opener at Daytona, and yeah, he won it over LRS in a pretty thrilling finish. And Tomato, I don't know who won it last year at Atlanta, so I guess I wasn't given that. There was a pre-race interview done with our pole sitter of Storm. When asked after not getting back wins at the Daytona 250, how do you approach Atlanta with this being a similar track to Daytona? To which Storm replied, as going into Atlanta, we are the defending race winner at this track. We're also on the pole for this race after having a bad result at Daytona. We're looking to have a solid result here to help boost us and Team Trackhouse early in the season at what is one of my best tracks. So obviously a lot of confidence coming from that number one team in Trackhouse Racing, looking to but kind of bounce back after a little bit of a disappointing Daytona 250 performance, but nonetheless, it'll be fireworks come regardless of how it plays out tonight. As we do have a few odds on a few different drivers for. There's no bets or parlays being played down here, but just for the sake of it. As far as the best odds, Dr. Clater is a plus 250, with alongside Storm being plus 350 and Tomato being a plus 400, with the biggest long shots in the field going for some wild guy being plus 3,300, and Duchef being plus 4,010, and Kenny being plus 5,600 at the I guess live race odds. Big thank you to SP and Storm for all that. They did a fantastic job with the news segment, and I don't know, when I saw it this morning, I was pretty amazed by it. I didn't know that was going to be like that, but yeah, it's super cool. They are getting through their race meeting as we speak, so they will hopefully begin the lobby setup soon. I don't know if anyone has set any practice laps today. Does not look like it, at least from the dailies, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's a weird thing with how my next gen thing works is that it says I've only raced twice. That is not true. I've raced a lot more than just 2 races, but it always sets my car as this and always sets to that. So I can't really increase any of my stats on the next gen cars. I don't know if that's just a me problem, but regardless, we move on. I should probably go over the schedule real quickly. Actually, let me just take a peek at this just to see if anything has transpired. Hold on, I just need to go and find this really quickly. Oh yeah, and just a reminder, just to thank you to our sponsors at the Xbox One esports racing community again for their sponsorship of UTLR. We do appreciate you guys. Number one community in Xbox One esports racing, as the name would go. So yeah, thank you so much still for your continued support of us, and yeah, we look forward to a great race. Um, as far as the schedules go, we'll go for this week and then go into next week. So it is the Cash Grab 250 here in Atlanta, obviously. Um, and as for mentioned, the Xfinity Series next week will be, or this week will be at Auto Club. That'll be on High Draft and 3 times wear. So very exciting race to be had there. And then, yeah, going into next week, we had an off week for the Truck Series, but we're heading to the Homestead Miami Roval next week for the Truck Series. That'll be on 4 times wear for the Miami Beach 34 lapper. I guess they don't really have mileage for that, but it doesn't really matter. Next week for Cup Series, which will be next Wednesday, we'll be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 200. And then we will be for the Xfinity Series on next Thursday. We'll also be at Las Vegas, but that'll be on low draft. So, yeah, gonna be 3 very exciting races come next week. It's a lot of fun. The lower divisions are gonna be very fun. I actually should probably text Storm this. Because I kind of want to get in on that Homestead Miami Roval action. We ran when we were running 2020 cars last season, we ran the trucks and the Cup Series at the Miami Roval, or the Homestead Miami Roval, and I finished second both times. So I really want redemption. I really want a shot at that. But yeah, it looks like they're getting done with their joint meeting yet, so they'll be setting up the lobby just about now. Yeah. Let's see here. Just trying to look through and find this. Sweet. All right. Thank you, SP, very much for the invitation. Again. Well, for the second invitation. All right. Oh, okay. Looks like there will be no in-game cautions for today's race, so it'll just be black flags in the stages. My apologies. Perfect your custom setup in our brand new test session mode. Well, I don't know how brand new that is. We've been at it for a little bit. LRS is inviting me to a party. I don't think that's the right thing. There we go. Thank you, LRS. I appreciate it. Hope everyone had a nice Halloween, just by the way. I know I did. That was my birthday. So, yeah, it was a very fun day. And hope everyone ate plentiful amounts of candy. And, yeah, got to spend time with their loved ones. And, yeah, got to see cool costumes. It's a fun day. It's a very fun day. Just about to load in here. Fingers crossed, at least. Yeah, okay, there we go. No, I'm always, after the second duel of Daytona, I've always been so scared that there was going to be, like, I'm not going to make it in. So they're not going at the line here. They're actually just going to reorder the grid. But this will give us a time to look at all the cars, starting off with the 42 of SP, then followed by our pole sitter, the 1 of Storm, then the 6 of our Denny with the 43 of LRS, the 5 of Comical Sphinx, the 12 of Drake, the 20 of King Lodbrack, the 3 of Brad Ranger, the 9 of Irate Pluto, followed by the 99 of Crimson Sniper, the 17 of Tomato, the 21 of Dr. Clater, the 27 Project 27 car of Dude Chef, the 77 of Ducky, the 24 of Mole, the 18 of Flash Champs, the 44 of One Bad, and the 19 of the High Road. the 48 of Hack, the 8 of Kinney, and that, well, that's everyone. Just wanted to kind of give everyone a shout out. I know sometimes people don't really get to appear on the stream sometimes because in the race. I know that, so that's just to give them a little bit of a shout out for them. It does look like they're gonna come into pit road. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's just kind of like to get all freshened up. So maybe some people got some damage on the I guess the quote-unquote opening lap. So I guess they'll go fix their damage, maybe even get some tires and fuel. I know that's going to be very important today. I need to go tune into Storm's stream. Thank you, Storm. And they're all pitting for 4 tires and fuel. So, if you can tell already, big necessity. That's just visual damage for our pole sitter. So they should theoretically go green next time in what is going to be a mighty goodness. I mean, we're on lap 2 of this, but it was going to be a 51 lap stage, and that is probably going to be like 2, maybe 3 stops. So you see our front row, the 1 in the first position, followed by the 19 on the high side. His name is the High Road. Would you look at that? I mean, it's quite the chances of that happening. So everyone getting slotted up into their grid position. They're going to be going green this time at the line. So Atlanta's going to be kind of a crazy race. It's going to drive like a super speedway. Everyone knows it. They only know that the bottom lane is going to work, so it's going to be a fight to stay on the bottom all throughout the day. And right now, as they go through the tri-oval, it'll be the 1 of Storm and the 19 of High Road taking us to the green flag here. As they get through the gears, the green flag is dropped and we are underway here from Atlanta. And the 1 of Storm gets away amazingly as they race into turn number 1. People already trying to dive down low. You see the 8 of Kinney, who's dropped all the way to the grass, probably just going to drop back. Maybe he's lagging, I'm not sure, but you can see off of turn number 2, it's a race to the bottom. Storm does not want to let that go. As they race off into turn number 3, you can see everyone just trying to get into line. People struggling to keep it onto that apron. Some people were able to hold on very strongly on that outside lane, but right now it is Storm that leads lap number 1. Drake has gotten himself up into the 2nd place position here. He started from 3rd. You see going off into turn number 1. Everyone's keeping it to that bottom lane, trying to keep it as tight as they can. You got a big draft train with this 19 car on the bottom, but I can't seem to find him quite yet. You see Storm hitting the apron right there. And it looks like Drake's going to try and poke his nose through there. Down the inside, the 12 goes, oh my goodness, they're side by side for 2nd as well as they race into 1. Look for the first pass for the lead tonight as the 12 of Drake gets right on through. There's nothing Storm can really do. That outside lane is not going to work, and Drake is now to the lead for the first time. The Storm's going to go right back down the inside. Drake's trying to close the door on him, but just quite can't get there. And Storm's just going to move him right up the track, and back to the lead goes that 1. Drake's got no help on that outside lane. You can see how spread out it's gotten further back. You see, it's just 2 people just hanging on tight up on that outside lane, hoping to not lose as much. We do lose a little less tire wear, I believe, on the outside lane. So I guess it's not that bad of an idea. And then, I mean, speaking of bad ideas, 19 of High Road try to go below that yellow line. Now, I am not sure if it's going to be like super speedway rules where you can go below the yellow line, since technically this is Atlanta. There's not really, I mean, they have a lot of room with the apron. Got a lot of racetrack to use on the front stretch and on the back straightaway. So it's going to be interesting to see how they build their runs throughout the night. You see Comical Sphinx has now worked his way up into 3rd place. The High Road, this is kind of going to be a frustrating thing for a lot of our drivers as well, is that you're going to have these runs going off into turn number 3 or maybe into turn 1, and you just can't really make the move. I think the best place to make the pass is turn number 1. I mean, this, like, it just opens up so much, but Storm doing a fantastic job of just locking down the inside lane, just not letting anything open up. You can kind of see him, like, off the gas a little bit, actually. He might be off in the 5th gear. No, I might have just let off a bit. You can see a run starting to build from the outside. The Hendrick boys of Comical Sphinx and Mole in the hole as Ardeni got up loose into the outside wall. He's going to keep it up there. Just drop further back. Now they're side by side for the race. Look at Tomato. He's gotten himself up into the 3rd place position. Doesn't look like Storm can really do much. Tomato tried to peek his nose down there. Can't quite get there. Storm just running a very nice and pretty line down to the bottom. Not letting anyone get down there. As Ducky's now transitioning down to the bottom lane. He'll be pushing that 19 of High Road. I think Comical Sphinx and Mole are going to kind of sag back a bit, maybe tuck down in between Ducky and Drake, so maybe not lose a lot more time. Flash Champ's getting a draft there. High Road tried to go low on Tomato, but well, how low can you go? Only as low as the track can go. What? That probably didn't make sense. I'm sorry. You see them snaking down the back straightaway, everyone just trying to fight to stay on each other's bumper. And Comical Sphinx now getting left out to dry. Tomato gets boot, scoot, and boogied right out of the way. And now he's racing in the 3rd position, probably even further back since he doesn't have the draft. But look how we talked about this in Daytona, how big runs can form here at in these next gen cars. And my goodness, you'll be seeing that quite a lot tonight when people get a little bit broken free of the draft. It's just that you're able to build so much momentum. And it just tags on again to, like, the frustration is that it really, Tomato can go through on him, but that's going to be one of his only chances to actually do so, because that opportunity isn't going to open up a lot, and eventually when it comes down to the race for the win, you're going to have to get desperate and try some moves that are probably not going to work like the High Road did just there. Trying to go to the high side, doesn't look like it's going to work. He's got no help. In that bottom lane, I think you're able to just go, I think, full throttle, but I can't be sure on that. And he will promptly just go back to the 4th position. You see Drake now getting off into the 5th place position. It's actually a big breakaway from this front pack. And that's going to be crucial for these people in the back that are just trying to keep in touch with the leaders. I think they'd be best off if Drake actually just got ahead and led. Okay. Storm, as the leader, has 6 laps left on his fuel tank. His right sides are like at the 40s. So it does look like this is probably going to end up being maybe a 2-stopper. Probably a 3, actually. LRS from the back to the front. He has moved his way up into the 5th. And see, Alright, Pluto alongside him. He's also had to work his way back. He's now up into 6th. Working with his 5 teammate of Comical Sphinx. Now Flash Champs is just, kind of chilling right now. Just pushing the LRS. Let's see. I do believe, yeah, Drake dropped back. I think I might have spaced out for that. I was looking down at Storm's stream to try and pay attention to what he was doing. You see him catch the apron there a little bit. That does allow for a big run to be generated there, but Ducky ultimately can't really do much. He's just going to have to wait, because now, well, you see Storm's kind of opening up his lines a little bit, just kind of running a little higher to try and preserve his tires. And you'll see maybe down this straightaway, I did see it last time, he pulled up high. He's not going to do it this time, probably just because they're a lot closer. But you can see Ducky's pulling out high. That's probably because Tomato got underneath him. You see off the runoff of turn number 4, how big of a run Ducky had. There's just nowhere to go. Like, his only way of getting there is he just has to time it perfectly and just force his nose down in there and try and make it stick. You see, he's getting a bigger run off the corner, but just Storm is just able to keep them right behind him. Not really able to do much. Dr. Clater has worked with Mole all the way up into 5th. I don't think they'll really have much of a chance to get up to them come the first round of pit stops, which should be happening within the next 2 laps as their fuel light's on. Actually, I think everyone can go around a minimum of 1 more time, a maximum of 2, unless they've been like saving fuel aggressively, which I highly doubt that people have already this early on. So expect to see some pit stops here starting now. Will we see any of the leaders come into the pits? Does not look like anyone in the back. No takers yet. Although the fresh tires are quite an advantage when once put on. So it looks like everyone's just going to be on the same strategy and come in. Storm's tires are at like 12% on his right front. Does have some rear end damage, probably from getting pushed. But yeah, we'll see if he runs out here. He is at 0, so he will have to come in this lap. So expect to see all the front runners coming in now, as there goes Storm diving down into pit road, the high road, and I believe that to be Dr. Clater. Following with him is a majority of the field coming in here to make their first stop. Oh my, I think Drake missed pit road, to say the least. So now we have a few people running up high. I believe Ducky and Tomato did elect to stay out, or could go another lap. This does allow for a few people to go a little bit off strategy. Try and get, looks like LRS might be out of gas. No, I think he's fine. But I think everyone else should be coming in now. Yeah, there's Ducky, there goes Tomato, Mole, Dude Chef, 9 of Irate, Pluto, and there goes our Project 27 driver. Dude Chef spun it coming into pit road. Brad Ranger hit the apron, or I guess at the wall coming into pit road. Brad Ranger also making it down along with Drake, who did miss his stall originally. So where is our leader? Or where was our leader? Does look like Hack is the only person that has actually stayed out. So I'll wait to see if he will inherit the lead or not. I'm not quite sure on that. So Storm's now out. He is currently 16th on track. I do not know who the current leader at this moment is, because I can't see who is where. Probably on pit road. I'm not sure. He's probably... Yeah, I think they're probably just on pit road. But Storms should go ahead and take the all-around lead. And see how spread out it's gotten already. Tomato has actually come out as the leader. And that is quite interesting. That is very interesting, actually, to say the least. Maybe Storm got a penalty? I'm not exactly sure what happened, but, well, Tomato's now your race leader. I am actually very confused by that. It must be that they just have gotten like a penalty. There comes Hack out of pit road. We have saved a little extra, I'm not sure, but see, now we got this big pack of Comical Sphinx, SP, Dr. Clater, and Mole, and I believe that to be, oh man, I'm gonna hate myself for not knowing this. This is probably, yeah, Crimson Sniper. See, alright, Pluto trying to work with Hack, but to really no avail right now. Ducky and Tomato working together right now, running 1-2. This pack behind him, this 5 tandem car pack, it's trying to catch up to him, but can't really seem to lock bumpers or really gain much of time. Running a lot higher, running a lot more different lines, trying to arc the corners. I mean, see, Ducky and Tomato not really any concern of racing right now. They understand the bigger threat of trying to not lose time at the moment. Obviously, when they have a pack like that, it is at a track like this a lot harder to gain time when in the draft. While they do have the advantage of the second pack of having more numbers to bump draft at, or bump draft with, at a track like this with the game's kind of physics, it is probably going to be a lot harder for them to actually, you know, gain time. I don't think they'll seem to struggle a little bit, especially with the fact of how Ducky's been able to push Tomato like this. Minor Tomato is one of those people racing for the $25 gift card, alongside Hack, SP, and LRS tonight. It looks like they're approaching in on a lap car. I'm not quite sure who that might be. Just off the tint alone, I might say that's one bad, and it is one bad. Ooh. Honestly, I guess it's a little surprising, to say the least. He did qualify last, albeit not exactly sure why. I mean, you don't really get to see the qualifying sessions, so you don't know. Maybe he just got on the wall, maybe got half spun. Who knows? But there's a lot of factors going into people's qualifying times, and you just don't really know. So, but you would have expected Wombat, who's primarily a great fuel saver and really good at these high-speed tracks like Atlanta and Daytona, Talladega, Auto Club, Michigan, tracks like that. You know what I'm talking about. He would be up front, or at least been able to hang, but it's just been a bit of a struggle for him. Hasn't been able to find his mark so far. Now he will face the consequences of that. About to go lap down. And CSP kind of struggling to keep behind Comical Sphinx. They actually probably have lost a bit more time than they've actually gained. So for them, that's definitely going to be a big worry. And they already got, Stormer has already got 10 laps left on his fuel, and we do have 25 laps left to go in this stage. So we are actually probably going to have to pit maybe 3 more times, depending on if people can save 5 laps, and that is seemingly very likely. I mean, it's not too hard to save, like I mentioned previously, just flipping into 5th gear. Obviously, this is a big chunk of the race, it being 162 laps, and this one being 51, so next one should probably be slower, or lower, or like 49 or such. Oh boy. What kind of spread? I see Lodbrick, Project 27 driver, Dude Chef, and the 43 of LRS trying to work together. Trying to work down and catch this main pack. Kenny and Drake kind of separated along with Brad Ranger. Area Pluto's starting to gain back time. Hack has seemingly come alive. I believe he was able to go the longest of all the drivers that came to pit road. So I think he is on the freshest tires and the most fuel at the moment. We will have to see how that plays into effect come the end of the stage, which that could be very important come that time. You can see even for this tandem drafting duo of Ducky and Tomato, how hard it is to just catch one driver alone. Because, I mean, they're bump drafting, you'd think they'd be able to catch it, but just how this track runs, it's just, it is definitely a lot harder. You still have to be able to hit your marks, and it can still be very tough. See, Mole's kind of checked out here for 3rd. I don't think it's been 5 laps already. It's either that or Storm's fuel is just gone like down a lot more. It probably hasn't been 5 laps since I last said anything about Storm's fuel mileage, but yeah, he's definitely got 5. You know, our person that pit first, or number 1 machine, is coming close to the end of his fuel cycle, which can mean that we're going to be seeing our people start to pit within the next 7 laps, or at least our pit cycles will be completed within the next 7 laps, supposedly. I do have the sneaking suspicion that this 48 is hanging back a lot more than he probably is. I think he's just trying to save right now, which, all credit to him. I mean, if he could pull this off, that's pretty huge. And a track especially like Atlanta, where fuel mileage and strategy is so important, I've seen people lap the entire field and with a luckily timed caution, and just being able to make it longer in the stages. What the heck's just happened there? That is Crimson Sniper up into the outside wall. I believe he had a little help from the 21. He's not going to be too big of a fan of that. That's for darn sure. La-di-da. You can see them running a lot higher now, just off of just trying to save a lot more fuel. Sounds like Hack's just a lot more out of the gas, and Storm has already came into pit. Okay, so that's an interesting call from our first driver. Tomato has finally caught Wombat, and this is going to separate this pair a little bit. You can see how much they've actually gained on that secondary pack. Mole being able to pull out a lot more, but I think this second pack, yeah, I can see a lot more of them have probably come into pit road. There's the high road coming in. I do think there was a lot more that were with this pack. Denny was not with them, but high road wasn't. Project 27 car was not. Comical Sphinx was. He's coming out of pits now. Should probably be looking. Yeah, here we go. Our leaders are in. It being the 77 and the 17 in. Clater's in. Mole has stayed out another lap. Who, I mean, to me has been told to me he is the best fuel saver in this league, supposedly. I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't believe that, but it's just I'll wait for that to be true. Oh, you can see Hack is very slow to get down a pit road. He might have ran out of gas really early. Oh my goodness, he's getting passed by a lot of people. Or he was just being that safe. Who knows? So out come probably the leaders of the 17 and 77. Where is Ducky? Oh, don't tell me Ducky's sped. Well, that is Ducky's chances at a stage ruin. Does look like speeding on pit road has been quite a consistent theme so far, with our drivers running up front, as now Ducky is going to lose a significant amount of time because of that. I have no idea who the leader is at this current moment. This is not helpful in the slightest. There's Mole coming out of pit road. Where are you? He's on pit road too. Okay, so Tomato is the current leader at this moment. I thought it would be the 17. And my goodness, he has absolutely cooked the field. Wow, he's real gone. So Irate Pluto, to my knowledge, has moved into second place. 42 of SP, now in third with Mole fourth. I believe, unless that driver in turn 1 is ahead, which I don't even know who that is. I think, is that Tomato? I do believe it is Tomato, and right now, if I had the sneaking suspicion, I would think Tomato is in 7th or 5th gear right now trying to save. You're not going to be able to really hear him, but you can see on the track how Tomato is really slow, and this is not because he has a problem. This is what 5th gear is going to do for you. You saw how big of a gap he had. This is what 5th gear looks like in race trim. Tomato was the fastest car. He came out the leader by quite a large margin, and now he is just going to try and save as much fuel as he can to try and make this on one more stop. And obviously that is going to mean he is going to have to sacrifice the race lead, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue for him. Irate Pluto now takes the lead for the first time today at 9 car. SP follows. And now I believe Tomato's just going to hang back in this draft, you know. Doesn't really need to be in 5th gear no more. He just can hang in that draft with Mole and just try and chill. Play it cool. You see Dr. Clater's very close. Crimson Sniper as well trailing. Well, it's been a good performance from him so far today. Just eclipsed lap number 40. Or we are about to eclipse lap number 41 now. So we are a little under 1/4 of the way or 1/4 of the way done here from Atlanta. Well, I guess 1/4 would be when they hit lap 42. It doesn't really matter. What does matter, though, is this battle for the lead, because now SP is now our race leader. Irate Pluto is now going to go to the high side, potentially to save some gas. Let's look elsewhere. Let's see. There's Comical Sphinx. He was up in that main pack earlier. I do believe it's the same story maybe as Ducky and Storm with the speeding penalties. I'm possibly put him back here. He's with Brad Ranger, Drake, Storm, and the aforementioned Ducky. Here's Wombat and Lodbrick working together. And then here's our battle for the lead. And you see Mole's getting very aggressive. He's trying to find a way around SP. He's like, I want to lead. Let me lead. No, Mole, you must stay patient. You must save fuel. It is your destiny. Maybe not. You can hear them all kind of running a little lower speed, or lower in how their engine sounds. They're running probably a lot slower. Dr. Clater might be able to gain on them if they're all running slower. But the deal is that if they're all running like in 5th gear right now, and they're all going a lot slower, they still do have the draft, which is going to make this a lot more easier for them. Although that is probably, I don't know, they do sound a lot similar. Then there you go. This isn't something you're going to see every day. SP's going to get passed on the outside by Mole. And now Mole's going to take the lead momentarily. Can he clear him? Yeah, I think he's clear. Yeah, he is. Now Mole to the lead for the first time today. That 24 Exalta scheme. Running a lot higher. Just trying to keep the tires conserved. I think I would have said it right regardless. So you can't really tell how many people are actually trying to save right now because we can't see their telemetry. I only know Storm's in 4th gear, and that's the only person I can see who has telemetry. And if you do want to go see Storm's onboard, go to UTLR_Storm on Twitch to go watch his point of view. Although right now he is kind of trailing back in the 14th position, so I'm not sure it would be too much of a sight. We do have 6 laps to go in stage number 1. I think I've drastically miscalculated that. I thought we were going like, well, actually, we should be pitting fairly soon. Maybe for drivers, maybe they'll probably have to pit one more time in these coming laps. But regardless, actually, this is going to be 5 laps to go, excuse me, right now. So there is 5 laps to go for our race leaders, that being the 24 and the 9. Kind of hear SP switching through the gears for momentarily. Now it's just going to be about who can make it to the end. Side by side, Hendricks up front. Will either one of them have to make a pit stop? No, not yet. So now we have 4 laps to go here in stage number 1. Is SP going to try and make it 3 wide on the outside? No, he thinks better of it. Or more likely can't get there. People running very close on their fuel. Will they be able to make it? As they come off, or when they come off of turn number 4, they will see 3 laps to go. And Tomato make it on fuel. He was he was the person that came in first, so he is going to be probably the closest of anyone on fuel here. That's probably why he's been saving as much as he has. You probably hear them all. They're probably all in 5th gear right now, just trying to make it to the end. It's like, please, please, make it a little longer. Tires are also probably a big concern right now, at least for this front pack. Before anyone decide to come in, no, then they will make it to 2 laps to go. No more pitting. You have to make it to the end from here. Well, that goes throughout the field, at least. It's like SP's dropped off a little bit. He's heard him get out of the throttle quite a bit. If people do go out of fuel, it might be a big issue for them, because I'm not sure they will have to come down pit road. They will probably face the wrath of potentially getting lapped. But here they go. As Ira Pluto comes out of the turn number 4, he will see the green and white flag. Last lap here in stage number 1. And here comes Tomato. He's been conserving all this stage. Now he's finally ready to launch his attack. Goes through the 24 and the 42. Now into 2nd. Can he get to the lead? Oh, looks like Storm's wrecked there on pit road. Ira Pluto going all the way down to the yellow line, trying to hug or cover off that lead. They enter into 4. He's not going to be able to get under him, and Ira Pluto is going to do a masterful defensive job. Oh, he's run out of gas at the line! And he still got it. And Ira Pluto barely holds on with the fuel. He wins stage number 1. Tomato comes in 2nd there. SP 3rd, alongside Mole, or I guess actually it would be Mole 3rd, SP 4th, Dr. Clater 5th. And I'm not exactly sure who else got points in that stage. We will check. Crimson Sniper actually finished 11th. Ooh. Where did people finish? Storm, can you please... Oh, Ducky's left the race control. Uh-oh. Clater 5th, Lodbrick 6th, Duchef 7th, LRS 8th, Ducky 9th, and Drake 10th. That being your order for stage number 1. Well, this is going to be, I think, another 50-lap stage. Another long one. I don't know how many people have gone a lap. Okay, Ducky has rejoined the race control. Doesn't look like too many people have gone a lap down. I will be able to get a more accurate count when I see Storm's thing. Yeah, so it only just looks like 19th on back is a lap down, but right now it'll be the high road. And, oh, I guess not the high road. He was not able to, I guess he might have messed up on his pit stop, and that is essentially going to be race over for the high road. If he's out of gas, he ain't making it back around, I can tell you that. So that is the end of the high road tonight, and what looked to be a very promising evening for him in his second race. Right now we get going here for stage number 2. All right, Pluto back to the lead. Again, followed by Tomato. Dr. Clater has now moved his way up into 3rd place. As they go through lap number 1, all right, Pluto leads that lap. Legacy Motor Clubs seem to find themselves. They always seem to do that. The 42 of SP, the 43 of LRS. They've hooked up again. We'll see what they're able to do in this stage. This is going to be a 50-lap stage. So, oh, we do have a car on the wall. That is the 5 of the Comical Sphinx. Was up there, and you see everyone's gone single file. So this is probably what they were talking about, and you'll see a better view of it if I don't miss it this time. Yeah, how single file the field is. You see Mole get shuffled out though. That is how you're going to be able to pass. But it's very crucial for the people back there. If you make mistakes like that, or if you try and get too fighty like that, you may end up losing the draft. And as we've gone over, it is very hard to regain the draft once you lose it. So, yeah, definitely do not want to do that. Oh, Brad Ranger's into the grass. He tried to go low and then just went too low. Storm's trying to go through wide, but he can't get there. And, oh yeah, there's the action. Well. I do stand mistaken. The high road actually was able to make it back onto pit road. He is probably 2 laps down, though, so or probably even more. So, not exactly a good situation for that 19 car. CSP got moved up the track there. LRS probably not moved up there, but LRS wanted to go at it. He's getting pushed by Ducky. Ducky trying to rebound after making that mistake coming into pit road. He sped and probably threw away a good chance of winning the stage, if anything. And SP, oh, he's almost up in the wall. He might be trying to go for a saving strategy. Are people in the back potentially going for a saving strategy? It might be so. I mean, if you're in the back, I guess that's not a bad idea. If you're in the back, I'd say if you're in the front half of the field, just go full throttle, try and race your way to be up in the front. But if you're in the back half, I would probably consider saving. Wouldn't be a bad investment. Try and play long-term game. It's like, I think it's what Doc Hudson said in Cars. I can't remember who said it, but someone said, oh no, it was Daryl Cartrip or Daryl Waltrip. He said short-term game. Short-term gain, long-term loss. Oh my gosh. I can't, I'm sorry. I can't say term. Short-term. Man, sucks. It's like Storm's stream is glitched a bit. This is not good. Huh. Do I need to turn that off? That would be quite a bad thing, considering he is my race control. Okay, never mind. We're all good. Crisis averted, ladies and gentlemen. We are okay. Okay, maybe not. Come on. Oh, well, you ain't really missing much. It's all single file. That's it. Single file line. No, people struggle to do that nowadays. We're not like in NASCAR. I mean, like, just to have a single file line to get into places, like, let's say like a sidewalk, or you're going to like try and purchase something, or you're waiting in line. Just people can't form nice single file lines anymore. It's like people always be cutting, and yeah, just always be kind of uncool, you know. This is a little side tangent as I'm trying to figure out how to get my race control back, or what is actually happening. Is he lagged out? That would be really bad if he did. No, he's still here. His stream is black. I think I might have to go to Lodbrick's stream. If so, I'll go shout that out in a second if I find it. Or actually, no, Ducky. Never mind, Ducky's streaming. Bad News Ducky on Twitch. I almost said Twitter. That would have been very funny if I said that. No, obviously not. Just allow a bit more of a front-running POV, at least at the moment. So we do have 40 laps to go here in stage number 2. And we have, looks like we have 8 laps left of fuel for the majority of our front runners. It seems like they're still holding on to that thing, or they're just keeping it off of, all the way off. Words are hard to use. They're keeping it off of the bottom a little bit to try and preserve their tires. Try and keep them a little bit better and hold a better line for that single file line. Which, honestly, this is how it should be. This is the kind of single file line train racing action I've grown up to watch. But they should be making their pit stops at least within the next 7 to 8 laps. No cautions so far, which I have been very impressed with. Obviously, we do not have in-game cautions for this race. We did at the 500, or 250, excuse me. But we do not have any here today. It's all off of manual cautions called by the administration team in the race. Once again, a shout out to our sponsor, the Xbox One esports racing community, for their sponsorship of the UTLR Next Gen series and all things UTLR. We do appreciate you guys very much. Number 1 community for Xbox One esports racing. We had Rock NASCAR race with us last week. And a little hello to you. I know you've been watching Storm and hopefully popping in here, so it's a little hello. I can't really watch chat. I would, but I can't because I'm literally doing this off my television and my phone, which I would be using. I need that to have race control. So, sorry, people that are chatting. I do acknowledge you if there are people, but yeah, I can't really. You get it. Well, enough of my yapping. They are coming down to just about 3 laps left on their fuel tanks, so expect to see them pitting within the next 5 laps, or some green flag cycles starting to come out here. So we have 35 laps left to go in stage numero 2. And it's been all Irate Pluto and Tomato up at the front right now, and as I say that, LRS did try to poke his nose down there to try and maybe spice some things up. Just, you know, I guess he might have thought better of it and backed out. This 9 car is looking pretty strong out here today. So he was our stage 1 winner. And a little update as far as our race for the $25 Xbox One gift card goes. The 17. Oh, wow, okay. It looks like... Oh, yeah, if I do remember correctly, I think you are technically supposed to enter pit road coming into turn number 3, as there looks like there's a problem coming into pit road. The 17 got tagged by the 43 trying to come in, and I think that's what they were trying to prevent. Similarly to real life, you are supposed to enter into pit road going into turn number 3. Well, that is not very good for them. Actually, like, really bad for the 43. He completely tagged the 17, and if I'm assuming anything, I'm gonna probably say that he sped coming in, or he might have missed his pit stop entirely. He might be out of gas. Anyways, here comes the rest of the leaders. Leader of Ducky is coming in. And yeah, it looks like that's a huge blow to that 17. Got tagged from behind by LRS, and Kenny has just caught the apron and just oh, he's got to get off the track. Okay. Well then, Storm actually had a fantastic pit stop, or either that or Comical Sphinx just like completely botched it. Regardless, look at Storm coming out of pit road. He has gone completely past him. And I still have absolutely no idea who's going to come out the leader here. It's kind of been like this all night. Tomato is completely out of gas trying to roll his way back there. That has got to be heartbreaking for obviously one of the biggest big favorites going into this race, or so far this race, and well, a big contender for the $25, man. I mean, that's $25 probably down the drain. So I think Ducky is coming out as the race leader, but probably not for long, because here comes Storm, and he has been passed for the lead, to my knowledge. I think Storm might actually be a lap down. Yeah, Storm's a lap down. I failed to conceive that. So, new leader here, the 77 of Ducky. Well, at least for the time being, before Irate Pluto tags him up the track. Now that 9 car is going to go back up into the lead. And that 1 car is fighting for the to be on the lead lap. He is right now on the lead lap. He's just he's trying to stay on it, shall we say. So, more proper look at things from a fuel perspective. It does look like they can go 18 laps to a tank, or to 2 tanks of gas. So, to finally give you like a number to kind of work with when we hit that. So, they have like 18 laps on fuel. We have 30 laps to go. This will probably likely be a one-stopper for the rest of the stage. But now, our pole sitter, Storm, who is now a lap down, or never mind, he is going to go back another lap, down another lap. He relinquishes the position. Weird. Wow, that is a massive pack. How the heck did that form up? It does look like Tomato, who was definitely lapped a few times, he is now back up here. He's merged back up with this main pack. There's a 3-car breakaway here between Ducky, Irate Pluto, and Storm. Mole's leading this charge right here. Just trying to gain as much as they can. They are fighting it quite a bit, which is not very helpful for their cause. With Storm trying to be a lot more a bit more of the aggressor, trying to fight to stay on that lead lap. Gonna throw in a little bit of a curveball here for leaders and potentially get these guys back up in it. I haven't seen Drake in a while. He was looking very good early on. He continues to get shuffled out, but he is looking very fast, at least tonight. He's definitely going to be a one to watch as this race moves on. We'll see how he's able to fight through and try and get back up to what he rightfully should be his, and he is going to do that right now. And he will move promptly into the 3rd place position. And you know, because they've been slowing down so much, they haven't really been on their tails. They might actually be closing in on Ducky's draft. And it's on normal draft, but because of just their overall amount of pace they have right now, they're really starting to become a threat to this main pack, and they better start to pull themselves together. They don't want to bring in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. Or I guess 9 cars. No, it would be 8. 8 cars into this frame. Storm especially doesn't want to see that, considering Tomato, you would want to keep that 17 car if you're a leader on like 2 laps down or a lap down. It does look like Drake has in fact gotten into their draft, which is very bad news for these leading cars. See how well these Fords are working together, pushing each other very hard. Obviously it doesn't show that they're like bumper to bumper. There's a little bit of a gap in this game, but no, they're probably nose to tail. Well, not right now, obviously, not close enough, but probably done this back straightaway. Will they tap bumpers? Yeah, they will. There's a bit of a space. Anyways, so this main pack has now caught the leading pack. And this is now going to make for quite an interesting stage number 2. Let's see, Drake has been able to make a lot of moves on this front straightaway. Does he have anything for Ducky, or is this where he chooses to let off? I think this is where he's choosing to let off, or will Clater let him come back down? Yeah, it's been working pretty well, so I think Clater is going to... Is he clear? Yeah, he is. Looks like Clater going to be very nice, let his, I guess, not his teammate, I forgot what the word for it is, but you know what I'm talking about. It looks like Storm going to go underneath Irate Pluto? No, not quite. 23 laps to go here in stage number 2. Again, we will have to make a pit stop within the next 10 laps. Or we will have drivers pitting within the next 10 laps. And it looks like Clater has now been shoved out. Well, not shoved out, but He's been caught off guard, and now he will be passed and promptly put to the back of this main pack. Oh, and looks like Drake has left the door just open enough for LRS to poke his nose, put 2 wheels in the grass. It was fair. It was a fair move. It looks like everyone's starting to move up high, trying to like make something work. Alright, Pluto trying to experiment with a high side lane. And he's actually doing a pretty good job of it. Drake is able to hold his own, but not before getting ran wide by Ducky and Storm. Tomatoes moved his way on through, but a reminder, he is a lap down. And I'm not sure if that 20 car is only lap. I think he is. If I do remember correctly, I do now remember. He probably is. 21 laps to go here in stage 2. I haven't eaten dinner yet, since I am a West Coaster, so it is dinner time for me, and it's been no dinner, so I'm going to be holding out for the end of this race to get a good steak quesadilla, homemade. It's going to be so delicious. 20 laps to go in stage 2. This is what an insane amount of train racing does to a man. That is the nature of the beast that is Atlanta Motor Speedway. It doesn't look like we will need to be seeing any saving done. Obviously, they are going to be good to the end on this one stop, so a lot less strategy, a lot more racing this time around. And looks like Tomato is going to help Storm move Irie Pluto up the track. And is he going to go through? I know he's not. I don't know how Mole just got up into second, but he did. Under the 1 and the 17 being a lap down. Looks like the 24 going to hang back at a push from the 77. The 1 trying to help the 24. The 3 wide is Irie Pluto not going to surrender the lead. Mole in the hole. Your new leader. Oh, looks like Crimson Sniper is in the pits. I don't know if that's because he's backed out or lagged out or has... No, I can't rhyme that. Or it's just pit. See Storm trying to go up to the outside lane with Tomato, trying to get something to work up there. Just not quite anything there. The outside there. Storm is leading that outside lane. Not quite any room left there to go down the inside. 17 laps to go. And they will be good to the end from here if they make a pit stop, so no worries now. And I believe that, I think Tomato forgot that's what probably killed him. And, oh, I guess, okay, never mind. I guess you don't have to go down into turn 3. We see multiple drivers come into pit road. The 1, the 24, and there was another few other cars. 19, the 42. Hack's on pit road. Kenny's on pit road. I think there was another car. Art Denny's coming out of pit road. Looks like Tomato has stayed out. The 77, I think, came in. Or he's just lost an insane amount of time. I think it's this latter. Oh, we see people come in. Yeah, there's LRS and Drake. He will make it onto pit road. Looks like Ducky's staying out a few more laps. As later, he can go one more lap on his fuel tank. Mole's now coming out of pit road. Just leaving everyone else in the dust. Who's coming up here? That is Kenny. And there, I believe, is in the back is Irie Pluto. You see that he will check up a little bit, maybe just a little bit for his teammate. Trying to get him what he needs. Ducky is now onto pit road. So currently LRS is sitting as the second place driver. I am not going to be able to see exactly what happens. Okay, here we go. So this is second right now because Ducky is our race leader. Kenny is a lap down. And this is now for the second position. So Mole is now to second. And now we see Irie Pluto move up to the third. LRS is back to fourth. Big difference here is that they came out a little bit apart, Drake and LRS, so no really teamwork there. We should be seeing Ducky come off of pit road right now. Looks like Tomato. Well, Tomato was a lap down. Where does Ducky come out in relation? Oh man, he is a lot further back. He drops back to the very far back position. He does have a bit of front end damage, which might hinder his performance a little bit. Mold down the inside of Kinney, and he will take that position with relative ease. Thank you, Kinney. So it's Hendrick Motorsports dominance up here at the front. They're running 1-2 again. Looks like Tomato has found himself with LRS and Drake. Will they be able to make their way and catch these front two? We saw it earlier, but I don't think right now this is the quite necessary needs for it. Ducky is actually going to be very close on his fuel. We might actually, see people run out of gas. We might actually have to see one more stop. Hold on now. Things have just gotten a lot more interesting. Well, I will be able to check when Ducky hits the line here as I'm watching on his stream. So we have 12 laps to go, and Ducky is right on the fuel mark to make it to the end. He should run out on the last lap of the stage, which he was the last person to come in. So that means that there is some fuel saving to be done. And you can probably see right now by that, they're probably in the 5th gear because they have gained a lot of time on these front two. And Ducky's not saving though, because he knows he will at least run out on the last lap, so not any relative concern from the 77 camp. You see Drake going by. I don't think much saving coming from that 12th car. Really any car to be that concerned. Actually, I think Tomato should be good to the end. Maybe he's just trying to save a little bit more, just in case the leading pack runs out, so he can get a lap back. Ducky is currently in the 10th position here. Now with 10 laps to go here, he's losing a lot more fuel than what he's gaining. So now, instead of being good and running on the last lap, he might run out he would have ran out coming out probably into 3 and 4. That's where he would have started to sputter. But now it looks like he's going to start sputtering probably going into turn 2. Or maybe off of turn number 2 on the back stretch, which is not good. So you can see the gap starting to make a little bit more of a impact. Drake, LRS, just trying to save as much as they can. I do believe that they are at the advantage that they only have to save one less lap than the leading pair, which is going to be pretty big for them because they'll be able to have one more lap of going full pace than them, if that makes sense. I think Ducky should really be concerned about saving fuel now. 8 laps to go. Now it's coming to 7 laps to go. Well, obviously I'm a little further behind because of the stream, so this is 7 laps to go. We will go on for the rest of this time for our leaders. Can't tell if they're... Been a long day. I can't tell if they're in 5th gear or not, but I think we've gone over this a few times. When they hit the line here, it'll be 6 laps to go here in stage 2. Harry Pluto trying to sweep the stages. I believe the 2nd time in his career. He might have done it once before. I could be wrong. And I'm wrong often. Big tandem in the back with the aforementioned Drake, LRS, and Tomato. So now we are at 5 laps to go in stage number 2. My leg is getting a lot better. You can see Crimson Sniper coming out of the pits. He had to dive down there, wasn't going to make it to the end. You might be able to see a pace difference here, if anything, from this 99, if he's able to get back up to speed. We're going to see anyone come in. Coming to 4 laps to go. So this is 4 laps to go now at the line. see that second pack has dropped off a little bit more. You can see the 24 is running a lot higher line, trying to conserve tire wear as much as he can. Is the 9 now looking down the inside. This is for the lead. He looks to just check back in behind him as they're going to... Oh, man, that was an awkward moment for our Denny and our race leaders. Able to work it out, but, man, that was sketchy. 3 laps to go here at the line. Through 1 and 2 they go. It's maximum save for these guys right now. They're going to be very close once come the end of it. I think more specifically on their tires than anything else. Once they hit the line here, though, it'll be 2 laps to go, so no more pitting. They'll have to make their stops here if they can't make it to the end. No, they're going to chance it, or if they think they're good to the end. 2 to go for Irate Pluto and Mole. Ducky is actually going to run out of gas at the end of the stage. I mean, he is like a whole lap short. It's also a lot of time. So coming off of turn number 4, they will see the green and white flag for the last lap in stage number 2. Can Irate Pluto sweep the stages? He's got to get by his teammate to do it. Into 1. Will they be able to make it to the end on their fuel tanks? Here comes Irate Pluto to the outside. He tries to build a run. Not a lot of help there coming into turn number 3 for the final time here. He does have a run. He's going to be able to get him. They're going to be side by side off of 4. Irate Pluto's got a run, but it's not going to be enough. Mole is going to win stage number 2. Drake with a very... much needed P3 in that stage, because everyone else is going to come across the line. Ducky did run out before he could hit the line. I believe he might be saved by those around him coming to the finish line. He was not going to get lapped much to his needs. There goes stage number 2. Okay, so 13th on back is lapped down. Our Denny was actually the last person to be lapped. It was then going to be Ducky. So our Denny gets the free pass here. Ducky, can you scroll up, please, so I can see the top 10? Please, pretty please. The cherry on top. I would very much like to see it so I can say who finished where. Tomato is 2 laps down, just as a heads up. So he is... That's how many laps down he is. Our Denny, Storm, Kenny, Crimson Sniper, Hacked, Flash, and Tomato. That's 2 of our $25 gift card runners. They are now a few laps down. So, really, it's just come down to SP and LRS here for the $25. Legacy Motor Club teammates, as here we go. They take the green flag, and it's a sprint to the checkered flag here. We are racing again here at Atlanta. 55 laps to go remain in this race. And Drake has wasted no time in going down to the inside. He is going to try and make the move here for the race lead. He started off in 3rd, and now he is looking for the lead, looking maybe even more. Lodbrick has moved up into the 4th position. Irate Pluto is struggling to get going. That is Comical Sphinx that's up in the wall. They're all fanning out in the back, trying to get fighting for position. See, Mole in the Hole has now, I believe, comfortably solidified himself in that race lead. Well, maybe not comfortably. Maybe I spoke too soon. LRS trying to help Drake get to the outside, but then bails on him. Dives down low, and Drake now left out there to his own devices. Can he fight him off all on his own? Let's get a little drafting help there. That isn't ultimately going to be able to do much. Maybe slot in between SP and Clater? Oh, SP trying to be a good friend? Nah, definitely not. He is actually going to get that help from the draft, and there he goes. Now he's back in. As they run Mole, LRS, Lodbrick, Clater, and Drake, your top 5. And right now, with that 43 being in second, he is currently in possession of that $25 gift card. Two of his adversaries out of the frame right now as the 17 gets all sorts of squirrely. Speaking of, almost collects the 99 and the 19 in that incident, but he manages to keep it straight. That is going to affect the 18 at Flash Champ's chances of getting back up to the front. And the 43 has been shoved out of line as well. Oh, and I think a little bit more than just that. Lodbrick has now moved up to the second place position with Clater down to his inside. Now Clater goes into second. Big switch up there. And if they're not careful, Mole might break free of the draft. And it's one thing if, like, a tandem breaks away, but if one person breaks away, that's doable. You can very much break away once you break away from that draft. Very tough to reclaim it at Atlanta, even if you're in a pack. And you see the 21 and the 12 have worked together flawlessly this evening. They've done very well, and I think Drake though is thinking that he is the quicker car. The 21 and Clater leaving that inside lane to him potentially. Mole, because he has the freedom to do such, is running that outside lane, trying to arc the corners so that he can try and break away a little bit more. SP is now going to move off into the third position. Look at that. That one car of Storm, reminder, is again a lap down, so this is not for position. So fourth place is the 20 at the current moment. Well, I say current moment for a reason, because there it goes up the track. Ducky trying to make a 3 wide hello. 17's a lap down as well. Wait a second. How did Clater get... Okay, he dropped back pretty far. That's what happens when you're on the outside lane here. Drake trying to close him back down. We have just 48 laps to go, so now we're under 50 to go. So, if I remember correctly, we had 55, 18, 36. Okay, so this should probably be a two-stopper. Or this stage should be around a two-stopper is what I meant. I'm still going to be very close. See Drake being very defensive with that, running the inside line. He does not want to get ran up the track again, but I think he's just ran himself up the track. No. Well, he saved it. Kind of. Trying to get all up in the 24's draft. 17 of Tomatoes now pushing good buddy LRS. And there's Hack. Coincidentally, there are the 4 guys, SP, LRS, Tomato, and Hack, the 4 guys running for the $25. 2 of them are not even on the lead lap. You see now this massive pack there. And everyone in that pack still has a chance at this. And really anything can happen. And most critically, that thing that's happened today is we have gone caution-free so far in Atlanta. Which, we haven't gone caution-free in quite a while. So, I not believe since, no, we had one last season's finale. Can't remember. It's been, all you need to know is it's been a long time since we've gone caution-free. We've done it before lots of times, but it's just been a second since we've gone caution-free. Especially at a track like Atlanta, you would imagine a little more chaotic. Not like as chaotic as probably like a Michigan, Auto Club, Talladega, Daytona, but like, get the gist. You get the gist. Trying to look back in the second pack if I can find someone. Yeah, there's Lodbrick. 44 laps to go. That 20 is in the 8th place position right now. Be further back, actually. Oh, we can see Drake up there. He was trying to go for the lead. Now he will switch places with SP. What in the glitch? And that has sent the 48 up in the track. And there's, oh my goodness, and here we go. The 19's up into the 17, and they're crashing. And it looks like it's just one car at the moment. That, oh man, he almost came back up into it. So the 17 was able to keep going. That was really the first incident we've had all race that was pretty major. Now, will that be enough to throw out a caution? I don't believe so, considering only really one car was around and spinning. The 17, while he did get involved, he was in fact, and I think they are going to throw the caution for that, and looks like they are. First caution of the evening coming out for that, and a very crucial one for Storm. He is now back on the lead lap. Well, you know, I did say that we've gone caution-free, and not to my own horn, but I tend to speak things into existence sometimes. I am very good at doing that. And we have graced a caution for the first time tonight. This is the first time we will be able to see pit road in use, not under green, as they'll be molding us down into their pit boxes. Any people not taking? Of course not. People are everyone's coming in. No one is staying out. Everyone is coming in. This is a must. You have to pit if you want to stay competitive. Bish kabosh. Oh boy. Well, while we're under this caution, I'll try and get a note as to what's going on in the real world. Oh my goodness, the Boston Celtics dropped 154 on the Pacers. That is disgusting. Well, off of pit road they go, and Mole wins that race off pit road. Everyone coming in for identical stops. Assuming that's 4 tires and fuel. What is the #1 trending thing on Twitter here? AEW Celtics. Chapman's trending, which can only mean one thing. Aroldis Chapman has sold a bag, like, drastically. Oh, okay, never mind. It's the top of the 8th. Game 5 of the World Series, and the Rangers are winning 1-0. Which I can only now assume why they mean Chapman is bad and trending when he's come on Twitter. Because if Chapman's coming in a clutch playoff performance, you know exactly what is going to happen here. I forgot Game 5 was even on tonight. I guess it's, okay, top of the 8th right now. I guess. So the Arizona Diamondbacks have 2 innings to try and get 1 run. Kevin Ginkel is in, my Lord and Savior. They're choosing right now. I do apologize. And would you care to guess? Everyone's coming down to the inside. Although I do give credit to the 20 of Lodbrick for going out to the outside. And they have walked a player. I'll try and give an update as to what's going to happen with that race. Or with World Series. To those that may be interested. Yeah. Alright, we're going to be going green here once they hit the, I believe, the restart zone. I do tend to forget sometimes if they go into the restart zone or not. Although, if you're Lodbrick, you do have the chance to make up a lot of positions here, picking the outside lane. I'll commend you for that. But when you're alongside the #1 restarter in the league, good luck, buddy. He's the 24 through the gears he goes. He's jumped the field again. He has broken free. We're back underway here from Atlanta. And, you know, Mole might have left. He was lucky that SB didn't jump on that quicker. And the 12 gets moved up the track up into the 20. Manages to keep it going. There's no real issue there. It's a breakaway between the 42 and the 24. Two similar numbers. Well, you know. Off of turn number 4 here. And they've already gotten themselves single file. This is actually probably the quickest I've seen them get this single file. Hello. So we do have just under 38 laps to go here in the race. I believe we're still on for a 2-stopper. Do not believe that that changes much. See everyone in the back. You can see there's a massive divide between the 77 and the 27. Oh, and Drake has been shoved out of line again. This time by the 9, the Ira Pluto, who has fought his way back up to the front. Try and jump back here. Dude Chef in his debut in that 27, he's trying to make his way up to the front. We haven't really spoken about him much. Very solid racer, Dude Chef, well respected in the community, very fast driver, always making setups. He's a good friend of mine, you know, been a mentor, and I've always loved racing with him, so, you know, glad to see him have his start here. And, well, I guess leading APAC like this, good to see. Hope to see him up at the front towards the end of this thing. I might be personal bias, but I can have that. I'm not professional. I'm just good at covering it. Well, it is Chevy Ford. Up at the front. No, there are actually only 2 Toyotas in this field, so big props to the High Road and Lodbrick for having to carry the torch for Japan and Toyota. I mean, that's yeah, no one really likes to run the Toyotas, but I hate to say it, the Toyotas are actually, sorry, there are 3. I apologize, Flash Champs. There are 3 Toyotas in this field. I read on the pre-race thing that there were only going to be 2, which is why I said 2. There are very clearly 3. The Toyotas actually look very cool in this game, so I would have expected a few more people to want to maybe drive them. Who knows? That's their personal decision. So SP is still not made a move yet on Mole, and I guess they're rightfully so. It really hasn't had any reason to. Although I will say, with Mole going to the outside lane like that, it does leave such a gap. It's just people can't get the runs they need to really do anything. Ooh, I have to cut back here for a second because I just watched it on the stream. 99 run the one up the track. That's Trackhouse teammates right there. Not want to cross the boss. It does look like while the 27 of Duchef has... oh, man, car's up in the wall. It looks like there's a 3-car incident, and that will be our second caution, I believe, of the night. It's the 48 of Hack, the 8 of Kinney. Hard into the inside and outside wall, and precautions. Our second caution has come out as they race back to the line here. And SP going to play it very safe going into the grass. And that looks like Storm was also involved with that. Big hits all around. With coming to 32 laps to go. Who is our free pass driver? I'm aware that Tomato is 2 laps down, so that is not him. Who else could possibly be on this lead lap now? Oh my goodness. And its base is loaded for Rangers. Oh boy. I believe that's Crimson Sniper that just passed by. It is Crimson Sniper. I was like, just barely caught a glimpse. Actually, I should probably go on the... Yeah, there we go. Pit road is now open again, and I would be pretty hard pressed to find anyone not coming into 4 tires and fuel. But the bases are loaded for the Texas Rangers right now. And I guess I should give this to some wild guy if you're still here. Just a quick recap of the race that we've actually had. So, pretty normal stage 1. Just kind of was caution free. A lot of field strategy. We saw a bunch of comers and goers, and ultimately we saw Irate Pluto edge out Tomato for the stage. Stage 2, more or less the same. We saw a lot of fuel strategy come in. A lot of people mess up coming into the pits, and then eventually it was just Mole and Irate Pluto coming to the line, and Mole got the stage over Irate Pluto. And so far in the 3rd stage, well, we've had 2 cautions so far. So, yeah, things kind of heating up towards the end of it. Does look like for the first time, maybe in franchise history, that the Texas Rangers are going to win a World Series. And that would only knock down, I believe, 5 franchises that still have not won one yet. I might be wrong on that. I think there's 6 right now. I don't know. Regardless, I wanted the Diamondbacks to win. I will not lie. So that is a little upsetting. But I cannot deny that it would still be nice to see the Texas Rangers get a ring. So, yeah. They'll be choosing at the start-finish line. And by the time we go back green, we will have 29 laps to go, which now this puts it into the frame of a one-stop race. That we will only have one stop left. It does look like Ginkel has been able to clutch up a little bit. As they're coming to choose here now. Will anyone be brave and go to the outside lane? Oh my goodness, is it Lodbrok again? Has he become the savior of the outside lane needed? Yes, he has. He is up to the outside lane again. We praise you in your number 20 car for your immense bravery. Oh my goodness, the Grizzlies are getting clapped. It's 79-46 with 10 minutes in the third. That is horrible. Wow. Okay, well, by the time they come into the restart zone again, we will be going green. Mitch Garver is at the play for Ginkel. He's facing the he's facing a 2-2 right now. I like how I'm like going in between baseball and this race right now, just trying to like broadcast both. Like I understand the importance of the World Series. Believe me, this is important for me. It's important for me, and I would hope it's important to you. And Kevin Ginkel has just clutched, I believe, bases loaded, to my knowledge. Okay, while that is happening, can Lodbrok clutch up for the outside in his most desperate hour? It does not. I do not believe so. As the green flag is back out in the air, we are again racing here at Atlanta. This time, he actually timed it perfect. He's now down to the inside lane already. And we do see some people that are further off in the back that were up in the front earlier. Most critically, Drake, who's now found himself deep in the back of the field. You see Comical Sphinx has actually worked his way up right at the front. High Road's been shackled off to the back. It's just a fight to get through the field, trying to get up to the front. Right now, as they cross the line just then, we now have 28 laps to go. As they run, it goes Mole, SP, Irate, Pluto, LRS, and Ducky in what is now a 5-car breakaway, or mini breakaway from the field. Dr. Clater still holding on strong with Comical Sphinx, whom we haven't really, we haven't seen a lot since the beginning of this race, when he took the lead. And then since then, he kind of has been fighting through the field to try and get back up to the front. And, well, this is the furthest up he's been in about, give or take, 100 laps. See elsewhere through the field. I want to go kind of see Drake. Drake is working with Brad Ranger in the 27 to try and catch this main pack. And bringing up two people that we haven't really seen up in the top half of this field yet so far. Right now we are gonna have, I believe, 26 laps to go. Yes, at the line there. All right, so now that I've fulfilled that dude. Ooh, wow, what the heck was happening back here? One bad and the 99 of Crimson Sniper side by side. They're fighting. Brad Ranger's gonna duck back. Looks like Comical Sphinx is gonna do the same. So everyone's gonna move up. SP's been cycled out of line. Irate Pluto's now to second. 25 laps to go. Reminder, we are going to have to pit one more time. At least one more time. We should be good to the end from there with relatively no fuel concerns. So, well, it's all about setting yourself up for the pit stop here. And honestly, this is the biggest stop of the race. Well, if they are able to go green the rest of the way, assuming that they do. Not exactly sure. But they do. It's the money stop. Gotta make sure you're on it. Sierra Pluto and the 24 Mole both breaking away. But what in the heck was happening back there? They were like 4 wide for a second. Oh, look at Storm. He is all sorts of out of line. Oh my goodness. I think Drake has lost a bit of touch with the leading pack. He might have been too busy working on trying to defend the people in the back. Oh, you could see LRS was getting a little squirrely there. Ducky got a little lost there. And again, the 27 and the 12, they know each other. They've raced each other a lot. So obviously they know how to race each other. But I think right now Drake's thinking that, you know, maybe time to just let him go. And maybe not. He gets put up into the wall by Comical Sphinx, who I believe was 3 wide. What in the world? Brad Ranger had nowhere to go, and now he's spinning out. And that is quite unfortunate. That's just a one-car incident. No caution there. That stemmed from a bunch of chaos. And LRS has actually lost quite a bit of the touch with this main pack. And I think he is about to fall into the clutches of Dude Chef. About a second. Where is LRS? I might have passed him, and I might be a little stupid. Oh my goodness, there are people. Okay, they're going to call caution for that. Never mind. Okay. Well then, things have just gotten a little bit more interesting as Tomato has shellacked the wall. And they call this an interesting time as there's 21 laps to go, and there is 18. When they come into pit, there'll be 20 to go. Hack is now back on the lead lap. That's good for his hopes of getting the $25. And you can already tell where this is going with the 2 laps. We are going to have ourselves a fuel race. We're going to be racing for fuel. Everyone's favorite. Not mine. I've just lost a bunch of races on fuel strategy. That's why I'm not a big fan. I'm salty. Come down to pit road. Ooh. Someone is staying out. It's the 19 of the high road, I believe that it to be. Yeah, it is. 19 of the high road stays out. Maybe to take the wave around? Honestly, not a bad call. And I think he might try and come down to pit road next time. Obviously, Hack was entitled to come down to pit road. So where is the 24? Trying to find him as he's coming off pit road. And it looks like, oh, wait a minute. Is SP going to beat him out? And he is. New leader off pit road is the 42 of SP. Would you look at that? And I think that, well, I think that the high road's trying to gamble on there being another caution. That's why he stayed out. And that's why he wants to get back on the lead lap, so that way he doesn't have to try and fight for it. Oh boy. So they will be choosing this time. Now, I do believe that they can come down to pit road this time if you want to top off on fuel. Obviously, it is a fairly easy save for the fuel. Maybe not so much the tires, but it's a fairly easy save. So we'll see if anyone wants to come down to pit road to top off. And usually SP is one of the people that we usually see doing this. That's why I'm bringing this up, as they come off of 4. Why either one of them come in? Or anyone come in to top off? No, I guess not. So it looks like everyone's got one mind. They're all going to like to try and make this to the end, except for one driver who's come in, who is elected to go to the outside lane this time, to fight along SP. It is the 21 of Dr. Clater, along with the 99 of Crimson Sniper. And Kenny. So who's in pit road? Brad Ranger's in pit road alongside Tomato. And there's one more. I believe that to be the high road. And he might just come in just for a splash of gas. So we have just 3 people on that outside lane. Big winners here, the 21, the 8, and the 99. Obviously, big winners there. And I will say, riding on board Ducky, who has been in 5th gear this entire time and just revving around 60, he has not lost a single percentage of his tires. All of his tires are still at 100%, and his fuel is still at 18. And this is just under pace. Obviously, it's very common to save fuel, but to not lose a single bit of wear on either your fuel or your tires is kind of crazy. So as they come to the restart zone, very awkward. Only 3 people elected to go to that outside lane. Just goes to show how valuable that inside lane is. Even for the people in the back who were like, had the chance to be up in the top few rows, they still elected to be in the back. As SP gets through the gears and the green flag is back out. We are underway again here from Atlanta. And it's not exactly the best of starts for the people in the outside lane. Dr. Clear trying to hang on, but LRS hits the apron. Going to get up into Crimson Sniper. They're going to drop back as SP takes the lead for the first time tonight. For how much he's been running up front. It's been kind of crazy. Okay, then. Well, I apologize for that. An unruly interruption. We have 16 laps to go, and looks like that everyone's actually going to be able to make it. Well, at least on fuel. Everyone should be able to make it to the end. Maybe run out. Oh, Tomato's back down pit road. That is unfortunate for Tomato. Looks like that's probably a race retirement for that 17. Unfortunately, just not going to be able to really bounce back from the unfortunate incident with the 43. As here we go, just 15 laps to go. The 20. Is there another caution? Caution has come out again. I think we missed something here. Kenny, did he get involved in a crash? Potentially with someone else. Is that why Tomato's on the pits? I am not sure. Duchev's up to 5th. Pit road should be open this time. And with them being within 18 laps, they're going to be good to the end. Regardless, well now, because they can save. Oh boy. Well, is the end of the 8th inning. The Diamondbacks single fire restarts from here on out, according to Storm. That is being told from Storm directly, so we will have only single file. Oh boy, and it looks like the pit road was open and SP elects to stay out. A few other people might come in. Yeah, I mean, this is probably for the people who want the extra tire who wants the extra tires, who want to be safe on fuel in case we have to go a longer distance. Obviously, there is no overtime, so they should be fine just to go to the end, but it's about also the tire wear and the grip, just actually being able to, well, you know, like, be fast. And race off pit road, looks like Lodbrick is actually going to win this race off pit road. Probably just a 2-tire stop. And the majority of people coming in for the 4 tires and the fuel, as you Earthlings call it. Meanwhile, in the world of the World Series, the Arizona Diamondbacks now have 1 inning left to try and survive to see a Game 6. Otherwise, they will be, well, they won't be getting any rings. So I believe this time by they are going to be going green. There is no choose cone. It is single file racing for the single file restarts. Excuse me, for the rest of this race. So that is it's gonna be very big for the people that are up front and the people that had a chance to stay out. It's going to be around a little under 15 to go. I think probably 13 is more likely. And they'll be going at the line here just for the adjustments of that. And here we go as they hit. Oh no, are they going to go another lap around? Looks like they are going to go another lap. Well, would you look at that? Ducky has saved enough fuel to where he's actually gaining back the laps that fuel he's lost. So in the straightaway, he went from 13 laps of fuel to now 14 laps of fuel in this tank. Wow, I've actually never seen that before. That is kind of cool. You've probably seen that multiple times. If you've been around the game long enough. I mean, I have been all around. I just have not seen that before. So that is kind of cool. So big movers, Drake and Duchev, two very fast guys tonight. Well, I guess more so Drake and Clater are going to be starting pretty deep in the field, and with just the short amount of time we have left, there's only going to be 12 laps to go when they go green this time. That is, well, very short amount of time, especially when you start single file like this. It's going to be a lot of work for the people in the back to try and make it up to the front. Right now, it's LRS versus SP for this $25 gift card. And it's going to be SP leading us to green as he enters into the Geico restart zone. Through the gears we go. The green flag is dropped. We are back underway here from Atlanta. 12 laps to go remain in this race. And it is a horrible start for One Bad and everyone else on back. They are scattered throughout the field. People trying to fight through and get back up to speed, but not going to be enough. It's a 5 car breakaway for Storm, Ducky, LRS, Mull, and SP. All of which are on the lead lap now. Well, it looks like One Bad has actually been able to hook onto their draft, and will everyone else be able to do the same? I'm not so sure. Now with just 11 laps to go in the race. And now with everyone not concerned on fuel, this is just going to be a dogfight. It's just going to be racing to the end. SB's trying to hold that inside lane down like Fort Knox, not letting Mull try and get underneath him, although leaves that bottom lane wide open. The 44 of One Bad's the highest he's been all day. He's saved everything he's got just for now. He's finally made it back up to this main pack. Storm trying to look down the inside of Ducky with just 10 to go. Drake, sorry for the cameras. Drake was off in the grass, almost died. LRS has just been shoved out of line. He will drop back. Storm might be lagging a little bit, and he will drop back to 7th. Crimson Sniper, what a day he's had. I mean, we talked about it. This has been one of his career best runs so far. He's looking to get one of potentially his first top 5 to my knowledge. I'm not sure if he has any. At least none that I have seen. 9 laps to go. And now Mull's been shuffled out of line. Ducky into 2nd. And One Bad knows good buddy with that 24. He tried to go up to work with them. Nothing to it. Now he's going to have to drop back. Irate Pluto is now back up into the mix. You can see people starting to slowly get through into that draft. Hack and Flash Champs are next. Or Flash Champs in the 18 and Hack on back. Oh, and Crimson Sniper's been shoved, or has gotten all sorts of mixed up. Through the grass he goes. He's able to save it. That's a big miscue for that 99. So now it's going to cause a bit of a traffic jam on back. He's going to go through right to the outside, drop further back. Oh, now into the wall that 99 car goes. Nothing. I don't think anything happened there. So I guess they're going to continue to go on green like nothing happened. Well, I do apologize to Crimson Sniper for that. And Irate Pluto is on a mission. He has dragged Hack and Flash Champs and basically that entire second pack all the way back into contention with just 7 laps to go. That 9 car, I mean, he won. He was first stage 1. He was second in that other stage. I'm not sure exactly if he's pitted or not in that latest caution. But nonetheless, he is gaining a lot of time because of how much these guys are fighting and has brought everyone back into the mix. And Storm tried to make a move down the back straightaway on the leaders, failed, and now he's dropped all the way back into the 6th place position. And now we just have 6 laps to go. I did have to go find that. Oh my goodness, what are they doing? What are they doing up front? They are 3 wide for the lead. Mull has gone down the inside. He's going to go ahead and take the lead underneath Ducky and SP. And now LRS is going to do the same. Irate Pluto on a mission, man. Or on a mission. He is all the way up into 3rd. Unbelievable stuff from this 9 car. 5 laps to go here at Atlanta. This 9 car is a rocket ship right now. He's worked his way from outside the top 10 all the way to 3rd on his own. No help needed, and he's left that second pack to dust as they all get squirrely in the back. Drake's making contact with everyone down low. I think that's, I actually don't know who that was, but they're coming. They're at 5 laps to go, so I don't believe that they're gonna. I think that's the caution cutoff, or I think it's actually 3 to go. Oh, we got contact off in the back. Storm and Drake make contact. Looks like they still stay straight. SP and one batter. Oh, there's Drake up into the wall in the back. You can see everyone's kind of getting squirrely. Are they going to be able to make it straight through? Kenny is all sorts of out of shape, and now he's going to go and slam to the inside wall. One car, so I don't believe any cautions will come out for that. As when we hit the line, we will have 3 laps to go in this race. One Bad and Dr. Clater have now worked them way up into the top 5. It's 5 cars under a blanket for the win here. Oh, now look at Irate Pluto. LRS left the door open, trying to get the draft from Mole, and now Irate Pluto's going to go off into second. From outside the top 10, just to under like 5 laps ago, to second with 2 to go. It's the Hendrick teammates, 1-2 again. Can Irate Pluto get anything done? Clater's going to force his way underneath the 44. He's going to move off into 4th, as now Irate Pluto's going to lose the inside lane. LRS is now back to the point. Dr. Clater's up into 3rd, or is going to go up into 4th. Here we go. It's going to be down to Mole, as LRS is going to shove his nose down the inside. Mole leaves the door open. LRS is to the lead. Coming to the white flag. 1 to go here in Atlanta. The 43 of LRS is to the point. But Dr. Clater shoves his way down the inside. Dr. Clater to the lead now. It's going to take LRS and SP to try and catch him. Down the back straightaway they go. One Bad giving SP a shove. Coming off of turn number 4. Can LRS get him? It was a half a car length back at Daytona. He's going to come in second again. Dr. Clater wins his first Next Gen Series win. What a move from Dr. Clater to get up to the front. He was just like Irate Pluto, working his way up through the field and just made the move at the right time, going into turn number 1, found LRS's weakness and just dove down in there, got to the front and just pulled away. First career win for Dr. Clater in the Cup Series. LRS, who was second, is going to be the winner of that $25 Xbox gift card. And SP coming up so close in 3rd. I terribly botched that call. Oh man, I am sorry to you viewers that had to endure that. I'll try and get the rest of this out. I believe it was One Bad that finished 4th. I'm trying to look. Well, okay, Ducky isn't really scrolling, so I can't really see who's finished where. I think Hack was in 5th. Hack, and then someone. Comical Sphinx, Ardeni, Ducky, Lodbrick, Dude Chef, Storm, Drake, Brad Ranger, Hack, Crimson Sniper, and everyone else has been left to dust because I cannot see who is where. Well, it's a first-time winner here in the Next Gen Series. Credits go to the High Road for the fastest lap of the race of 29.3. Now we will get to hear from our top 3. Get to hear from our winner, Dr. Clater. He'll be able to hear from the 42 of SP and the 43 of LRS. Hello, Mr. SP. Hello, Mr. LRS. And hello, Mr. Clater. Alright, gentlemen, if you guys would include your audio, that would be much appreciated. I'm going to start off with our 3rd place finisher here of SP. SP, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, guys.
Well, SP, you ran quite a fantastic race up front all day long, and you were leading coming to, I believe it was 3 to go, and unfortunately you lost out on the lead there. What happened, my friend?
I don't know. It was an aggressive race all night. Wanted to get a little bit better result there. Thought I might have had a shot at the win, but yeah, Little Red Ducky had a lot more of a run there going into 1, and went to block it a little bit, and just we got together, and I fell back pretty far, but everyone was going 3-4 wide there at the end, so I just kind of took advantage of it, got patient, and made moves to get around on them, and this is my second top 5 in a row, technically third if you count the Clash. So, I mean, overall, what a great start to the season by me and LRS, my teammate. Both got 2 top 5s so far this season. I believe we're the only people with top 5s this season, both races. I don't want to put words in my mouth, but I think so. But yeah, I mean, just overall great race. I wish we could have got the win tonight, want me or LRS, but we did what we could. We played the strategy game right, and just we were there at the end. That's kind of what we do. We just find our way through the front, and always try to make sure we got a shot at this win, and that's what we did tonight. Came in 2 spots short, so yeah, we'll go to Vegas next week, and hopefully we can improve that 1 position for both of us.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations to you on another top 5 and your first trip on the podium here this season. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now we move on to Mr. Second Place himself, LRS. LRS, you got a copy, my friend?
Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, it's another second place finish to start this season off. That might be a little doom and gloomy, but you do walk away tonight with $25 richer. How does it feel to get another second place and that $25?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one supplying the $25. It was my challenge, so
Oh,
I won it. It's going to SP because he finished second in the running. I gotta buy him the
Yay.
Fortnite Battle Pass, so I guess that's pretty
Fortnite Battle
pretty good.
Pass.
But yeah, unfortunate. I mean, I'm happy to finish up there, get on the podium, but 2 second place finishes in a row. It's both within a tenth of the victory. I mean, it stings, but it's going to reflect good in the points. Me and SP, doing Legacy Motor Club good, starting off the season with 4 top 5s. That's pretty good. But I just want to say congratulations to Clater. He made a good move on me. I tried to pinch him down, but I didn't want to wreck him. And yeah, congratulations to him on the win. I hope I get to see him later on in the season as well.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations to you on another second place finish and a great start to the season so far.
Yes, sir. Thank you, INF.
And now that leaves the man of the hour, Dr. Clater here, winner here at Atlanta. You got a copy, my friend?
I do.
Well, sir, it was a fantastic drive at the end of the race. Saw you go from outside the top 10 all the way to the lead within just less than a 10 lap frame. How did you do it, man?
And I don't even know. I feel like prime Dale Earnhardt in there. I think on that last restart, I started 13th on the inside lane, or obviously inside lane because it's single file. I was just, I was kind of capitalizing on that draft. The draft, like, there was huge gaps in between cars. Had huge momentum runs. I just kind of worked my way all the way up, like anybody else. I had to use my horn a bit. I think they were trying to wreck a million times. But yeah, I went from 13th to 2nd, coming with the white flag, and then I took advantage of the opened apron a bit on the front stretch to get under LRS going into turn 1. And I do appreciate him. He did try to lock me down a bit onto the apron, but he let off a bit to make sure we didn't wreck or anything. But yeah, that's probably my best win yet. And first Cup win this week, and then last week was my first truck win. So it's looking pretty good.
Absolutely. And being one of the newer faces here for UTLR here, and now getting just your second win in just 2 weeks of competition, what kind of a statement does that make on the field and you going into the rest of the season for the 2 series?
Well, it's each race for me. I'm just going to race my hardest. I am part-time technically, but I'm full-time every other week, so I take advantage of the races I can run. So it's like colleague racing. I'm just trophy hunting this season. Each race, I'm looking for that podium spot.
Absolutely, man. Well, the floor is yours if you wish to shout out or say thank you to whoever you choose to. This is your opportunity to do so, my man. Congratulations.
I appreciate LRS. He did cut me some slack. Didn't want to kill us both going to turn 1, but that entire race, it was good racing. It was kind of chaotic the last, 20 laps. I think everybody was trying to kill themselves, but yeah, we prevailed, and can't be mad about that.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations to you again on your first Career Cup Series victory here at Atlanta.
Thank you.
Well, that'll do it from us here from the UTLR Next Gen series. Tune in tomorrow as our Xfinity Series drivers head out west to Auto Club for their race. And tune in next week, same time as always, my dear friends, as our drivers also head out west, but to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This has been INF signing off. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live broadcast of the UTLR Next Gen series. And as always, my friends, take it easy. Good night.